headed from Boulder up north toward Estes Park. We were going to Hermits Hollow, a county campground that was located just outside of Estes, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. It had good reviews online, but all the other campgrounds in the area were fully booked, and for some reason this place had a lot of open sites. So we were just hoping that we could find somewhere to stay that night that would put us a little closer to Rocky Mountain National Park, but we really weren't sure what to expect. We stopped at the check-in visitor center, and we have to go about a mile down this dirt road to the Hermits Hollow Campground, and they just want us to like check out the spots, pick the spot that we want, and then we have to go back to the check-in and pay for it. I don't know, for a county park, this is pretty good. Campground. Map. Alright, so we just got to go around and look for one that doesn't have a white tag on it, and that's what we can reserve. This is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. We'll pretty much, I think we have to go around to check it out anyway.
Huh, does this one have a good view? Oh my gosh.
We all got good views. You're right in the sun, but we could put the tarp up.
Yeah, well, that'll be kind of nice in the morning.
Yeah.
So we went up and scoped out some of the campsites, and I'm super impressed by this place.
Yeah.
For a county park, I can't even believe it. This is nicer than most campgrounds that I've looked at, and since our contingency plan was going to the COA and basically sleeping in a parking lot for $50,
yeah.
I'm super happy about finding this place.
Firewood, ice, all that stuff at the visitor center, and the pit toilets are pretty much this county place seems brand new.
Very well maintained.
Yeah, there was even a smell thing in the pit toilet.
Jeez. All right.
On the PF scale,
Patrick's toilet scale,
yeah,
it's like a
1 to 5. It's for a pit toilet, 4.
It's a 4.
Actually, there was a fly. If it didn't have a fly in it, it would be a 5. But so
yeah, this
that's
place
really high.
It's the hidden gem. Sometimes it's good when all the popular places are full and you have to keep searching and searching.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I think I spent, an hour and a half looking at campsites yesterday. This is the only thing I could find. So back to the visitor center. I don't even know if you can call it a visitor center.
Yeah. Station?
Yeah. Alright, we got H2, and I just feel like we super lucked out with this one. We have a view. Apparently we have to be really careful of bears though, because there was a bear here last night. But got a bear box, so should be alright, and we're allowed to have a fire, which is great. And there's a really nice trail that apparently goes right out of the back of the campground and up the ridge back here to a peak. So if we have time when we get back from Estes, we might check that out. But that hours of searching
Yeah.
and searching paid off. There's the entrance to Hermits Hollow Campground, and then we just got back on 36, and it's, 2.5 miles to get into Estes? Wow, and it's already gorgeous. Gosh.
Alright. Little cloud coming overhead, a little sprinkle.
Yeah, we get a little sprinkle.
It's nice.
Estes Lake.
On the right.
Boats and stuff. Man, look at that lodge.
Yeah.
Jeez. $2.30 a night?
Yeah. I think that was on hotels tonight.
So that's the discounted price?
Yeah.
$2.30 a night. We're looking for the Beaver Creek Visitor Center, and then the backcountry office should be right by it. Cute little downtown.
Yeah.
Lots of stores and stuff. It's like, what, 5 minutes away from our campsite?
Even if you count from our site itself.
Like getting out of the park, yeah. Parking full, use park and ride. It's a Monday. It's not supposed to be crowded.
I could always drop you off.
Beaver Meadows Visitor Center.
We'll check it out. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm not sure how close the backcountry office is or if it's in this parking lot. Alright, the wilderness office is right next to the visitor center. Yay! Found it.
Gotta do some walking.
They make you hike to the wilderness office to test your physical fitness. Yeah. Keep going?
It's on the other side.
Alright, keep going.
Probably could have just drove here.
Could have. I like to take the hard way.
No guns.
No guns? So we are all set. We found the backcountry office, and the ranger was super helpful. We just told him that we were looking for a 2-night backpack trip and roughly how many miles we wanted to do, and that we didn't want to have to bag our own waste. Turn right. We kind of figured that that was a deal breaker.
Which is probably better because the other places are day hikes. That's why you have to bring waste bags.
Yeah, the other ones are so heavily used that they won't even let you dig cat holes. So we kind of asked for something a little bit farther away from like the main trails. But I think it's gonna be great. He gave us this loop of like roughly 12 miles and 2 different sites by these ponds, and then there's all these little day hikes. If we feel like going farther once we get to the site, we can explore more. So I think it's gonna be great. So I'm happy that we got that nailed down and permit in hand. So now we are going to go check out Estes a little bit. And then
Park in their free parking garage too.
Free parking. It's kind of busy, so good thing they have parking. All right, let's just all be happy that we're not staying here tonight.
Yeah.
Cause that looks terrible. Nobody wants that. That was our backup. I think that's the Koa.
Ugh.
It's pretty congested downtown, so we parked in the parking garage, which is not super crowded. And then we're gonna walk across to the visitor center and then get a shuttle to go into Estes. Yeah, so this is where we're going tomorrow, the Fern Lake Trailhead. Well, actually, I think we're going to use the, what did he say, the Howell Park Trailhead? Yeah. And then we're going to Mill Creek, and then around to Fern Lake, and then back out. Where it says you are here.
Okay.
That's where we are. So cool. It's like you know what you're doing.
Keeping a rhythm with the bass.
Oh.
Go high.
You proud of your fire? Patrick got the fire going, and I'm cooking dinner. So tonight I decided to do spaghetti or angel hair pasta. So I got the other onion chopped up, and that's sauteing with olive oil. And then I'm gonna do the angel hair pasta, and Patrick really liked the can of chicken. So I'm gonna throw that in with the sauce in the onions. So I think it should be pretty good. I'm excited about it. And the sky's kind of got some neat things going on right now. It's pretty. We're trying to do a time lapse, but I'm not sure if it'll come out. It's pretty much done. The next morning I woke up at first light, and if you've seen any of our other videos, you've probably heard me say that I'm pretty much never a morning person except when we are camping. I actually really love waking up super early in the morning when I'm camping because it's so quiet and you get to watch the process of the sun coming up over the mountains and the birds coming out and just everything kind of coming alive in the morning. One of the most interesting things to see in the mountains after sunrise is the process of the light hitting the top of the mountains and then slowly moving down to light up the valleys. So today is backpacking day. We are leaving Hermits Hollow Campground in a little while. We just spent the morning getting everything organized, and I have to be honest, I'm a little bit, unsure, uneasy about prepping for this trip because it's a little different than what we're used to, especially because the food has to be rationed pretty carefully and organized pretty carefully because it's our first time using the bear canister. And not only do we have to fit the food in the bear canister, but we have to make sure all of our, chapstick, sunscreen, any pills, anything that has even a little bit of scent has to go into the bear canister. So it all has to fit. This is what we got. So we pared down our toiletry bag to this, which is, I think is pretty good. We've got soap, really little bit of soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, earplugs, deodorant, hand sanitizer, really important, chapstick, all of our pills we kind of put together into there so we don't have bottles, a little bit of sunscreen, we have a ton of Benadryl just in case Patrick goes anaphylactic on us again, and he has his EpiPens too. Body Glide, which is something that will save your trip. So we have to fit that all into that little Ziploc. And then here's my food organization strategy. I'm hoping this is going to be a good amount. All right, so we start with today. We're going to eat right before we leave, and then we have snack, lunch kind of there. This is dinner, so this doesn't really have to fit into the canister because that will be trash by then. Tea for after dinner. And then for breakfast tomorrow we have coffee, oatmeal, snack, lunch, and then ramen noodles for dinner, tea, and then the last day when we're hiking out, we just have breakfast and coffee, almond butter for snack, and beef jerky for snack. So now I'm going to see if I can fit this all into the bear canister.
And for instant coffee, this is a little expensive, but it's pretty much the closest you're going to get.
Oh, the Starbucks coffee.
Starbucks, yep.
Yeah, so. It's like $7 a pack.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Does the trick.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get the tent and everything packed up. So we were pretty successful. We got all the toiletries in there, all the food in there. I think we could actually bring a couple more bars or something. Some sort of snack. Maybe. Okay. Now the tent. This is the trail to the bathroom. I wanted to show you this actually when I was doing the research to try and find this campsite. One of the things that I read in the reviews was that the pit toilets were really super clean. And we've done our fair share of camping with pit toilets. So pretty typical. It has a motion sensitive light. There's a lot of flies in here. But it has an air freshener, so it actually doesn't smell that bad. And when we were in Angel Island, you had to hold your breath before you actually went into the pit toilet because it was so bad you couldn't breathe. We finished getting everything packed up and ready to go, And then we headed down to the entrance so that we could fill up all of our camel packs and our water bladders before we headed over to the trailhead. So we had everything completely ready to go. Then we headed into the park.